As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed chasadim tovim, li'amo Yisrael.
We reach for you, our God, from our quiet places. May we stand still for a brief moment and listen to the rain. Stand still for a brief moment and watch the play of sunlight and shadow on the leaves. For a brief moment, listen to the world. Let us stop the wheels of every day to be aware of Shabbat. Find the stillness of the sanctuary which the soul cherished. Renew the covenant of an ancient people. We need a quiet space to test the balance of our days, the weight of our own deeds against the heaviness of the world's demands. The balance is precarious. Steady us with faith. Quiet places and stillness, where we will hear our own best impulses speak. Quiet places and stillness, from which we will reach out to each other. We will find strength in silence, and with this strength, we will again turn again to your service.
The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week we live under the tyranny of things in space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to the holiness of time. It is a day on which we are called to share what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. There are times when the love of God burns so powerfully within your heart that the words of prayer seem to rush forth quickly and without deliberation. At such times, it is not you yourself who speak, rather it is through you that the words are spoken. You take from me the loveliness of words, barbed with the sting of beauty, the essence of the heart, empty the goblet of the soul, where no word is. God, come thou. Psalm 99, Yom Kippur. In the growing light of Tishrei, the gate stands ajar, swaying gently to the rhythm of our supplications, held open by your love for us. You call us to stand before you. You call us again and again, not just in Tishri, not just in Nisan, but every moment to stand and remember. You call us to stand before you. You support us as we sway. Your strong hand supports our weakness, born of this life's hungers. You call us to gather and stand, crying out our longing and our fears. We can choose, but you must decide what loves and terrors will surround us. You call us to stand and to gather, joining the energy of our hands to the life choice you offer us, choosing life that we might give. You call us young and old to the gate. You call us to heed your words before us and transform them to our modern task, praising the eternal God.
It was the belief of the rabbis that the sine qua non of Jewish survival is the uninterrupted teaching of the younger generation to walk in the traditional paths. Final dissolution would set in with the closing of the schoolhouse, when the sound of learning would be stilled. Another illustration goes back to the very early period of our national history. After Balaam returned home from his unsuccessful attempt at bringing Israel to their downfall by cursing them, those who sent him on this futile mission badgered him to foretell when Israel would be destroyed. The reply he gave was significant. When their master Isaac was about to bless Jacob, his son, he said, "The voice is that of Jacob, but the hands are those of Esau." The implication of those words is that as long as the sound of learning, the voice of Jacob, is heard in the ranks of Israel, the enemies of Israel, the hands of Esau, will not prevail over them. Their disappearance from the arena of history will be hastened as long as they cease to study. It was taught, each day an angel is sent down from heaven to destroy this sinful world. No sooner, however, do the sounds of children and their elders studying waft their way heavenwards when God relents and allows the world to survive. One solitary rose can save a garden of weeds from being dug up completely.
When it is good to deny the existence of God. Rabbi Moshe Leib said, "There is no quality and there is no power of man that was created to no purpose. And even base and corrupt qualities can be uplifted to serve God. When, for example, haughty self-assurance is uplifted, it changes into a high assurance in the ways of God. But to what end can the denial of God have been created? This too can be uplifted through deeds of charity. For if someone comes to you and asks your help, you shall not turn him off with pious words, saying, 'Have faith and take your troubles to God.' You shall act as if there were no God, as if there were only one person in all the world who could help this man, only yourself." World peace and soul peace. Rabbi Bunam taught, "Our sages say, seek peace in your own place. You cannot find peace anywhere save in your own self. In the psalm we read, 'There is no peace in my bones because of my sin.' When a man has made peace with himself, he will be able to make peace in the whole world." The alphabet. Rabbi Yitzhak was asked, why on the Day of Atonement is the confession of sins arranged in alphabetical order? He replied, if it were otherwise, we should not know when to stop beating our breasts, for there is no end to sin and no end to the awareness of sin, but there is an end to the alphabet.
In March 1938, the Germans invaded Austria, and young Eva Geringer and her family became refugees. Like many Jews, they fled to Amsterdam, where they hid from the Nazis until they were betrayed and arrested in May 1944. Eva was 15 years old when she was sent to Auschwitz, the same age as her friend Anne Frank. Together with her mother, they endured the daily degradation that robbed so many of their lives, including her father and brother. After the war, her mother married Otto Frank, the only surviving member of the Frank family. Only after 40 years was Eva, now Eva Schloss, able to tell her story, first published in 1992. In every ghetto, in every deportation train, in every labor camp, even in the death camps, the will to resist was strong and took many forms. Fighting with those few weapons that could be found, fighting with sticks and knives. Individual acts of defiance and protest, the courage of obtaining food under the threat of death. The nobility of refusing to allow the Germans their final wish to gloat over panic and despair. Even passivity was a form of resistance. Not to act, Emanuel Ringelblum wrote, in the aftermath of one particular savage reprisal, not to lift a hand against the Germans, has become the quiet, passive heroism of common Jew. To die with dignity was a form of resistance. To resist the dehumanizing, brutalizing force of evil. To refuse to be abased to the level of animals. To live through the torment. To outlive the tormentors. These too were resistance. Merely to give witness by one's own testimony was, in the end, to contribute to a moral victory. Simply to survive was a victory of the human spirit.
Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim, Yishlayu Ohavayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashamayim, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
בשנה הבאה נשב למרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. בשנה הבאה
Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, of justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day, and may all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day, and may all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. And may you trust in generations past and yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition and your words be rich in understanding. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue and your vision clarify a straight path before you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. May your lips ever speak wisdom, and your fulfillment be in righteousness, even as you ever yearn to hear the praise of the Ancient One of Holiness. Amen. Amen.
100%. Well done.
Thank you.